Well, we're back again this week. We had a bunch of interesting things happen last week. It's kind of rained out on us. For you guys that don't know me, my name is Winston Johnson, and I've been doing ice cream in this area for the last year or so. And it's been a journey. And the whole purpose of this tape is, of these YouTube videos, is that I really want to give everybody perspective of starting an ice cream business, and then all of the steps and all of the things that went on while the development of the business happened. So it's a step by step, and I say you guys are in on the journey with me, because if you see things, you taste some ice cream or something that you think's wrong, give me some feedback. Like I said at the end of the video, I'm gonna say it now. Like it, share it, and comment. Leave some kind of comment. But anyway, this week, what we're going to kind of get into is some of the things that I put into my ice cream. One of the main ingredients to ice cream is vanilla. And when I talk about vanilla, I'm talking about Madagascar vanilla, which is probably the best vanilla available. It's debatable in that some people will say Mexican vanilla, and although natural vanilla is actually indigenous to Mexico. I mean, it grows there naturally. Some of the best vanilla that's coming out today is actually out of Madagascar. You can also get it from Tahiti, and you can also get it from Hawaii. However, Madagascar vanilla, or should I say vanilla itself, will only grow in Mexico because there is actually a synergistic relationship between the bees in Mexico that doesn't happen in other areas. So if you try to export vanilla, say, to Madagascar, it actually has to be hand pollinated. And matter of fact, the guy that introduced it was Edward Albers. And he invented the process of hand pollinating vanilla in Madagascar. Now, so knowing that, in order to grow vanilla in Madagascar, you actually have to put money up front. So anybody that wants to buy vanilla as a dealer in the United States actually has to pay for the crop before the crop's actually produced. And that's what creates a lot of that cost in it. So you pay for the crop, they actually grow the crop, and it takes 3 years before you can actually harvest the beans. Then those beans actually have to go through a curing process, which is a few months, and then it has to be stored, and then sold to the wholesaler. And normally the wholesalers, just because of the value of these crops, is over in Madagascar all the time, checking on the crops, and farmers have to protect these crops with machetes. So that's why Madagascar vanilla is so expensive. This is one of the companies that I use of Madagascar vanilla, and this right here is almost worth its weight in gold almost. I mean, this is like $300 for a gallon of this vanilla. However, you are getting the best vanilla that you can get. The reason why we use abstracts is because, an abstract is an abstraction from the actual fruit. So, or like for example, your vanilla, it's actually an abstract, is actually steeped from the vanilla bean itself. So if you're gonna make a strawberry abstract, you need strawberries, same deal, alcohol, or concentration of strawberry, alcohol, and you extract the essence of that strawberry out. Normally it's done with alcohol. Same way with lemon extract. If you want a lemon extract, take lemon peels, put it in a bottle, add alcohol, let it sit on the shelf for a few weeks, you have lemon extract. Peach, whatever, So an abstract is the actual product. It's not a bunch of chemicals to create the product. It's actually comes from normally the fruit that you, or it could come from a nut also. So it's an actual abstract from the original. Okay, so that's in keeping in our all natural, or at least using the best products, because sometimes you can't go all natural. You always think you can, and you want to. And with Winks, we definitely, that's one of the main things we strive for. But in some cases, you just can't. I mean, they're going all natural. For example, if you went and got raw milk and you didn't pasteurize it, that's actually dangerous. So you can't do that. Now there's a group, that's saying, raw milk is good and all that, but there's a reason why we came up with pasteurization. And the main reason why is because we were killing people back when people were drinking raw milk. And you only have to understand what I'm talking about by working on a dairy farm, because I worked on a dairy farm, and you watch that process of how you get milk from a cow. There is a clean room, but where the activity takes place, I just have to say, you'd have to see that for yourself. The vanilla they just showed you actually has the USDA actually sets up what's called the product identity. And what that is that in order to call yourself a vanilla extract, you have to have 13.6 ounces of vanilla bean, right? And then you put that into a gallon of a solution. Normally it's vodka, and it has to be at least 35% alcohol, and it has to age in that bottle for up to 3 months. It can go longer, but up to 3 months, and that's considered single fold vanilla. Now, in order for you to have double fold vanilla, you just double that. So it'd be 26 ounces of vanilla bean soaked in a gallon of vodka for 3 months. Now I'm saying vodka, but the definition is actually 35% alcohol. It's just most people use vodka. Now, getting into that, we use abstracts as a flavor enhancer, but we don't flavor with abstracts. Now, what does that mean? That means that the background note, like if you eating actual ice cream itself, it's going to be, could be an abstract, and so you start getting that one little note just with the ice cream itself, and then whenever you hit that strawberry or you hit that peach, boom, you're there at that point. So so we do use abstracts, but it's really just to add a little note. And we rarely use flavors, but some stuff you have to use flavors. We haven't done it yet, but if you're gonna make, say a bubble gum, there's no such thing as a bubble gum tree. So, you'd have to use a flavor for that, because flavors, a lot of times you start really getting into lab stuff, and that's why we don't use flavors. Also, getting back to vanilla a little bit, the reason why vanilla that hurt the cost of vanilla was that imitation vanilla was invented. So I know a lot of people say, well, you don't like alcohol, so I use imitation vanilla. Imitation vanilla actually came from the paper industry, and it's a byproduct of making paper. And for all of the people that grew up with me in North Carolina, we know how Riga wood smelled, and you're talking heavy chemicals and everything. So it's a byproduct of the paper industry. And it's as far as identifying the difference in taste, even a lot of experts, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. However, with Winks, we use Madagascar vanilla. We don't use imitation vanilla from the paper industry. But anyway, we got, I'm digressing. Let's continue on. So, I guess in short, that's really what I wanted to talk to you about as far as vanilla goes. I wanted to kind of let you guys see a little bit of what we do with packaging. Here's like a little clip of us packaging the ice cream. some of the prep stuff that we do whenever we're prepping out the machine, like before we make ice cream, you actually have to sterilize your batch freezer. So we're going to just show you a little clip on how we sterilize the batch freezer. Okay, and the first step for sterilizing your batch freezer, you need this product here called Sterasheen, and mix a little bit of it in about a half a gallon of water. Stir it up. Okay, you open up your gate. Add your sterilizing solution. Turn on your batch freezer. Let it circulate. After you finish circulating, you empty your batch freezer and you're ready to produce ice cream. As you can see, as the ice cream comes out the batch freezer, pretty glorious. And if you can look, you can see the little pieces of vanilla beans, the little vanilla flakes, if you're watching this on TV. But that's it for this week. Like I said, you know, if you guys see something and you want to hear more about something, you got any questions, just leave it in the comment section. But as always, I'm just going to ask you guys to like it, to share it, and to subscribe. You have a good week.